to Take a Slow Homestead. I'm Carol, and as you can see behind me there is a bare piece of ground. It wasn't bare yesterday, there were weeds in it, but I came out yesterday late afternoon, pulled out all the weeds in this section because I'm going to plant some potatoes. And I'm going to show you how I plant them and how our family has planted them for a lot of years. The way that we have always planted our potatoes is we don't make a row and then put them so many inches apart. I guess it depends on the variety of potato that you have. If they're quite small, a smaller variety, or just if you feel like you want them closer together, then you might want to make a row and put them just a few inches apart. But the way that we've always done it is to put them about at least 2 feet apart. And we don't make a row, we just dig a hole, put the potato, well, we don't even dig the hole, we stick the shovel in the ground, put the potato behind the shovel down in the space that the shovel makes in the ground, and then we lift up the shovel. The dirt falls back over into that area and covers the potato. We step on it and go out about 2 feet or so, and we make another, I keep wanting to say we make a hole. I guess we do kind of make a hole, but it's not a round hole. We just stick the shovel in the ground and push it forward, drop the potato behind the shovel, and then let the dirt fall back on top of it. It's kind of fast, I think. The potatoes that I have to plant are the ones that I harvested last year, and I've eaten quite a few of them. The little ones, because I had the little ones on top, the bigger ones at the bottom, and they started to grow some pretty long eyes. I didn't have them in the refrigerator, but I had them on a porch that was kind of cold, but I guess not as cold as a refrigerator, because they grew some eyes. So I have potatoes, some of them have pretty long eyes on them, and since these are the smaller ones still, or the medium-sized ones that I grew, I'm just going to put the whole potato in the ground. You only need to put a section of the potato in the ground if your potato is big enough, where you can cut off 2 or 3 eyes on a section of potato. What I mean is cut off a section that has 2 or 3 eyes on that section. If you live in a very humid climate like in the south, you have to let these pieces of cut potato dry out. You have to let them sit out for a few days, I don't know how long, and just let them dry out so that they have kind of a crust on the place where you cut them, and that way they won't get moldy in your moist soil. I live in a high desert, and so we don't have that problem. Our soil is pretty dry most of the time, unless we irrigate it, which we always have to irrigate. So I don't think I'm going to cut any of these. I'm just going to put the whole potato in this time. If I need to go in the house and bring out more, they're the bigger ones, then I'll probably be cutting them in half or thirds. But for now, I'm just going to put in the whole potato. So I'll show you how we do it. I'm not as strong as some of my other family members, and this dirt has not been tilled, so it's not really loose, but I'll do the best I can. As I showed you on my last video, right here along these boards I planted the rest of my onions that would not fit in my raised bed, just along there. And then right next to them, so about right there, I planted a row of potatoes clear down to the end, right here to this rock walkway. So I already had that row in from a couple of days ago. And what I did just now is this next section here that I weeded. And I got 4 rows and 7 potatoes per row, so that's 28, and then I figured there's probably 10 in that first row that I did the other day. So that's 38 hills of potatoes. And if I take good care of them, I think that will be more than what I need. I put that row of blocks right there so I would know when to stop and not get too close to the other raised bed that my son's family plants herbs in and things like that. And then when the potatoes get growing, when they sprout and we know exactly where they are, when they get a little bit big, probably after I hill them the first time, then I will take those blocks and get them out of our way. So the next weeding event that I have will be still in this area right here. I need to get those weeds out of the way, clear out that half of a barrel. I don't know what that's from really. There's some blocks that I need to move or use elsewhere. Weeds I need to pull up right here. There's some really awesome grass here too that my chickens love, and other types of weeds too. So all of this will be going out to the chickens. I just noticed something. If I would have just looked up the other day, I would have probably seen this, but look at that. My pear tree is blooming. Isn't that great? I should say our pear tree is blooming. And then the one I just showed you, that one back there is an Asian pear tree. It's really hardy. I love it. We get pears almost every year from it. This one, another pear tree, this is Bartlett. So I'm excited about this too. It's awesome. And I'm just walking along here, looking down. I see the ground cracking. Let me show you that. Oh, yay! That's a pea that has germinated. Yay! That's a frosty variety. But see how the ground is cracking right there, along here, all along where I planted the peas. See how that soil is lifting up. There's a pea seed under there that is pushing it up. Isn't that amazing? All along here the ground is cracking. I see another one right here. There's that one, and then the first one I showed you, which is right there. So my peas are starting to germinate. Yay! There's another one. You know what? They are all along here, breaking the ground. See, there's one, there's one. Isn't it fun? I get easily sidetracked. Anyway, let me show you these blossoms again from this apple tree. See if I can get them better in focus for you today. So this is the first tree in my grocery row garden. My son came out and mowed yesterday. Everything looks nice and trim. That'll be easier for me to dig up the 4-foot wide section all along here on this first row of trees for the grocery row garden. Now I want to show you what's on this tree also. This apple tree is also getting ready to burst out in blooms. Isn't that nice? So thanks for going with me as I did another gardening chore. Yay! I am so glad that it's garden time. I love it. I'm so glad. And hopefully those potatoes that I just planted, hopefully they will start sprouting soon, just like those peas did. I'm excited. And I hope that you always remember that even when you take it slow, you can accomplish a lot. Thanks for watching.